All right, welcome back, everybody. This is part 5 of the West Coast Swing Unreleased. This is the second 10-ball match that we're going to be bringing you, and we've got a good match. It's Roberto Gomez versus Corey DEUEL, and Corey DEUEL won the lag, so he's going to break. Corey DEUEL was just one of the many pros, him and Roberto Superman Gomez, one of the many pros that came and played this 10-ball event. And he is also one of the most creative professional pool players of our generation, along with guys like Efren Reyes, and just to name one other player. But he's an extremely creative player who he actually rose to stardom as a bar table eight ball player, and he's originally from Santa Barbara, California. But I think he's moved back to California, but he lived in Ohio for quite some time as well. And he's up against the Filipino player, Roberto Gomez. This is a winner side match, and it is a race to 9. Roberto's known as a 9-ball, 10-ball, 9-ball player. He was in the finals of the World 9-ball Championships in 2007, and in the World Cup of Pool in 2007. So he definitely no slouch. I mean, these guys. This is supposed to be the best of the best here, and this is one of those matches, which is, you're gonna see these guys play the right shot. Wow, he smiles on his way back to the chair. Although he's left Corey DEUEL a shot. He's just he was fortunate just to hit that ball around the table the way he did. Little odd on the 4-ball here. I don't think he got the speed that he wanted. Corey's about 43 now. And he's actually, okay, so he's from West Jefferson, Ohio. But I think his family moved to Santa Barbara for, quite some time ago. He won the U.S. Open 9-ball in 2001, and he's been ranked like the second highest ranked, pool player in the U.S. at the Professional Pool Players Association, or the UPA, since 2008. I'm sure the baton has been passed quite a few times since then. But that was his ranking in 2008. He's also dabbled in snooker as well several years ago, along with Alex Pagulayan. Both these guys. Roberto Gomez has been playing since he was 9 years old, a little longer than Corey DEUEL. I think Corey picked up the cue when he was around 14 or 15, but Roberto's been playing since he was 9 years old. He's hooked here on the 5-ball. Or can he see just a little bit of the ball? The rules of this game are, shoot the balls 1 through 10, but you've got to call pocket at this event. So if you make a ball in the wrong pocket, then your opponent has the option to make you keep shooting, depending on where it lies. If the opponent doesn't like where it landed, wow, what a great safety that was. We're definitely going to see these guys grind it out. So Corey plays around the 7, and there wasn't a lot of future in that shot. I think he was hoping to cut it more and create more distance between the 5 and the cue ball, but lucky enough just to hit the ball. Roberto played a great shot because he was banking on the fact that the 7 and the 9 and the 10 would block his path to the 5. But Corey did find a way through. These guys, when they play safety shots, I mean, even look at Roberto here. He's looking at the pattern. But when they play safety shots, I mean, they try to create the most efficient shot that they can. They don't just want to block the ball. They want to block it from being hit. So they want to take away a lot of lanes that players can create. They want to make it as hard as possible for them to get out of the safety. Safety has so much thought put into it by these guys. Good shot, good speed. He probably stun 2 rails across here and come for the 7 on the side, come underneath the 7, and that was a good shot. And now he's got a very good angle to just float up table for the 7 ball, for the 8 ball, which is up there by that piece of chalk. He doesn't want to be too straight here. He's got a little angle, so now he can just draw back. This is like a routine out now. The key shot was that 5 ball. And he can choose to use a little bit of like slip stroke here and hold the ball up, or he can stun over for the 10 ball in the same pocket that he's shooting for the 9. He decided to kind of slip it a little bit and hold up the cue ball. It's good out, and Roberto Gomez strikes first blood. I want to welcome all you guys who are watching today, and if you haven't watched any of the unreleased matches that I've been posting daily, this is number 5 of 14 total, and I've created a playlist called the West Coast Swing Unreleased. So once all of these matches are posted, you can watch the whole playlist of these matches. You just pull up the playlist and they'll play in sequence, or as I drop them in, and they'll play in sequence. So you can always save the playlist. And our channel, we have hundreds of playlists, different playlists. And you can make your own playlists on YouTube, by the way, guys. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but if you have a Gmail account and you have your own YouTube account, you can create your own playlist of your favorite matches, your favorite players, your favorite videos. And they don't just have to be from one channel. You can surf the whole YouTube spectrum, and you can make your own playlist. So take a look at our playlists and see for yourself what we've done to organize a lot of the matches, because we have almost 3,000 matches. Now, that was a great break. That was an amazing break. The 8 ball's down. The 2 ball's down. So's the 5 ball. So this is basically another stop shot for the 3 ball, but you've got to kind of spin this in and hold the cue ball. Okay, he decided to play off the rail. That's good. And he can choose to roll this forward a little bit, I think, because he doesn't have a lot of angle, but he can stun. The only problem with stunning from this angle is the 5 ball being closer to the rail the way it is. There's less pocket to shoot at, so it's very easy to rattle these balls when you're shooting like the 4 ball. Okay, so the 4 goes to the corner. I didn't see that, but yeah, when you're shooting a 3 ball like that, like if he was going to play for shape on the same pocket, you know, you got to do more with the cue ball, and that also requires you to compensate more usually, especially on that, you know, when you have less pocket to shoot at. I'm sorry, guys. I think it's, yeah. All right, he's hooked. So, you know, Roberto, I don't know if he missed the 4 there. I took my eyes off the screen, so this is like a 3 rail kick, 1, 2, and then he kicked it 2, but he wanted to kick it 3 rails, come underneath the 4 ball. That's a very common way to hit that ball, and what it does is it creates a lot of distance, and if you're lucky, you know, your cue ball slides underneath the 9 and the 10 like that, you know, slides toward the middle of the table, but at the rail, you know, like where that West 8 Billiard bumper sticker is on the table or by the magic rack. So Corey's got nice angle here because the 9 ball's a little tricky. If he would have been straight on this 7, he might have been in a little bit more trouble, but he's created angle so that he can actually bring his cue ball to the short side of the 9 and extract the 9 ball to the left corner pocket. Pull this forward and play the 10 in the opposite corner, like so. So this will tie it up, and Corey will break. So yeah, like in 2013, I guess it was 6 years ago, he decided to get into the snooker scene, and he entered the U.S. Nationals, the USSA, the United States Snooker Association, and he won the event, and that qualified him for the IBSF World Snooker Championships, where he ended up getting eliminated in the round robin stage after finishing fifth. But in 2014, he decided to take it a step further and enter the World Snooker Q School, which is a qualification tournament that if you do really well, you actually earn a professional ranking in snooker, and it gives you a 2-year card, like to play on the professional World Snooker Tour. So he went off. He tried for 2 years to get into snooker, but he didn't do very well in the Q School. And I think he and Alex Pagulayan did it at the same time. They both took a shot at it at the same time, and he actually I think he tried again in 2015 as well. He kind of re-entered the Snooker Q School, World Snooker Q School, and but he did not show well. I think he went back. Yeah, he went back last year in 2018 as well, and did very well. He actually won himself a spot, but he I don't know what happened to him in the actual the professional tour. But he really likes snooker, and he doesn't seem to have that snooker sort of stance that most snooker players have, because he's been playing pool most of his life. Doesn't have that snooker players have a very compact stance. It's much different than the pool player's stance, although he does keep his head very low, keeps his head down on the just above the cue, keeps his chin on the cue, as they say. He's doing pretty well here. He's been winning titles since 1999. I mean, the guy's got 20 years of titles. He's also a former Moscone Cup player, representing Team USA as far back as last year. He played in the Moscone Cup the same year that he played this event that you are watching. And so, there's no stopping Corey at this point. He's still quite young. He's in his early 40s, and he loves the game. And I think also he just went up to Russia with Sky Woodward and Shane, and they went and played against the Russians there. Actually, I can only imagine how many times he's been around the world. He's been everywhere. I'd love to see these guys travel expenses on an annual basis. Professional pool player to date, right now, would be lucky to make $50,000 in 1 year, and that's not including their travel expenses, which could probably be $25,000 to $30,000. So, they rely on sponsors. They rely on the kindness of strangers and the kindness of the fans. I think it's very important to support the pool players that are charging ahead, and the ones that are better than most. If any of these guys come to your rooms locally, I think it's important to support them. And inversely, I also think it's important for the players to to cater to those fans, to support them as well. Offering help and advice, providing tips. Doing clinics with other players, with aspiring players out there. 5-10 combo here. Boy, that magic rack always scares me especially with a combo like this. It always scares me to see the magic rack being played on like this. That was a great shot, though. Very, very nice combo. Now it's 3-1. Corey DEUEL versus Roberto Gomez. I think Roberto Gomez is actually, I think he's trying to live in the United States right now, but I'm not sure. I talked to him last year for a little bit. He introduced me to his I think his fiancée, and they, she's American, and I think they are, looking to tie the knot, and I think Roberto wants to live or is already living here. I'm not sure yet. Maybe somebody can leave us a comment on this video and provide me with a little feedback on that. So the 9-ball tracks up to the side, and perfect break. Shot on the 1. Cue ball and 1-ball up table. And he's going to have to go down table for the 3-ball after he shoots the 2. So this is a somewhat difficult pattern. I think right now his key shot will be on the 2-ball, and then there's another key shot there, which is kind of the 5-ball. Well, yeah, this is the key shot, really. Maybe the 3 to the 4 is kind of key as well. So Corey's kind of got on the wrong side of this ball a little bit. He may have to thread the needle and play the 2 to the side, and he's going to hopefully come between the 5 and the 4. But that is that's a big ask. Real big ask. Yeah, that shot was fraught with peril. I didn't like where this was going, so the 1-ball really was kind of key. So he's looking at a 2-rail kick, and you kind of want to hit the top side of the ball. He's calling the side pocket just in case. And he missed it completely because he actually was trying to hit it thin underneath the 3. He's trying to hit the sort of like the right side of the ball and not the left side of the ball. Well, this is good for Gomez, who's down 2 games. Roberto Gomez was a big pool fan when he was a kid. You know, he showed promise at the age of 9, but he actually stopped in his life, and he decided to go to college. And he went to college. He's was a huge Efren fan, and he went and studied architecture, and he got his degree. You know, he went to college, got college degree, um, and he started with architecture, ended up with broadcasting. So the guy's got actually some broadcasting experience too with the Philippine channels there. And then I don't know what happened, but he just decided to get back into pool. Now let's see how the master here, the aspiring master, right? He's he's like, he's probably asking, what would the goat do? What would Efren do? This is pretty much the only shot he can play. He's going to try to break out this 7 ball off the 6 here. How'd he hit it? How'd he hit it, folks? Pool collapse in the room. Sorry you guys didn't actually see the breakout, but he broke it out. That was pretty. Perfect shape on the 8. Roberto shoots with no fear and tightens, closes the gap a little bit. It's 3-2 now. He's played team events too with Dennis Orcollo. They played World Cup of Pool events together since 2010. Then they ended up in the finals, but they ended up losing to Team China. But these guys got lots of experience. Well, let's see how his break works out. Notice there, he's breaking about 7 inches off the rail, which is interesting to me. Almost kind of like a controlled 9-ball break there. And unfortunately, he's gonna give Corey a chance to run this out and earn his 4th game. Fumble, Corey DEUEL, and this is an excellent opportunity for Gomez to catch up now. A kind of watch these guys play. Like Corey just seems to go to autopilot sometimes. When he sees his pattern, he just goes ahead to play it. I mean, that was actually a difficult shot, but definitely just as makeable as it is missable. So, you know, I think bearing down a little bit and, you know, it's really hard to be critical of these players. They're so good at what they do, and they have such a low percentage for missing compared to, you know, us mere mortals. Very nice. Played to the side pocket there. Basically on that shot, you know, he was playing to either the corner or the side, but he's assuming that he'd end up playing for the side based on the speed. Probably his experience. He knew he was going to play for the side, or maybe the top corner over there by Combo Bob on the right corner of your screen there with the Hawaiian shirt on. Hello, a little bit of stroke on that shot, and he did that so that he could get on the right side of the 9, and he's perfect. He'll just float down table and make it look real easy. And this will tie the match up, assuming he makes this. Excellent work, excellent work. He also played in the World Championship 9-ball. He came in the finals of the World Championships. He played Daryl Peach. He lost to Daryl Peach 17-15. So he's not yet a world champion 9-ball player. Not yet. But I'm sure he still wants to take that title. A tournament of which he actually qualified for. He didn't even, you know, he didn't go and pay the entry. He played a qualifier. He paid a less expensive qualifier to get into that tournament. He ended up coming in the finals. I don't even know what he was paid out, but that would have been great to do something like that, you know. And very nice break, except he's going to be jacked up over this. What is that? It's not the... I don't know what ball that is. Is that the 4 ball? Behind him? Behind the cue? Yeah, I think that's the 4 ball. So what he's trying to do there, he's trying to figure out, can he just somehow play this shot with like some type of spin so that he doesn't have to jack up, which those shots are also sometimes equally as hard, but not as hard as jacking up. So he's just trying to, you know, the less you have to elevate your cue, the better, because as you elevate your cue, you lose accuracy. So I think Gomez was just trying to hide behind the 5. Instead, what he ended up doing is hitting the 5 close to the rail under the side pocket there. And so Corey will take over. I don't think that 5 is going to be a problem for Corey later. I think it just goes to the side pocket, but he is going to have to get good shape on the 4 so that he can get position for the 5. So let's see what he does. So here he may have to play to the rail so that he can shoot the 5 to the corner pocket. Unless he can, I don't know what he's going to do. Let's see. He's playing to the rail. A little bit of spin goes a long way on that shot, but it also makes the shot harder. I'm talking about the 4-ball shot he just played. All right, so Corey managed this really well. This shot's difficult for some players. This is kind of like you got to be accurate with your speed here because your cue ball is coming across the line of shape and not with the line of shape. So as you can see there, it's coming across the line of shape. He came up real short, and I think he put too much draw on that shot. He was trying to avoid hitting the 9. There's just a lot he was trying to do with the cue ball there. So Corey will just say, you know, I'm Corey DEUEL. I'm just going to play safe. How you like them apples? Gomez, I think, trying to see if he can glance, sort of like feather the 7 ball past the 10. Like, can he actually hit? I think he can see a little bit of the ball, but he's also now. This is actually this kind of a Hail Mary shot, but it's a textbook shot where you try to kick into the 7 and actually make the 10. Over by the bottom right corner where the piece of chalk is. It's called a kick billiard. So he would just kick it, hit the 7, and billiard into the 7, and billiard into the 10, and make the 10. He's playing it. He's going to try to play it. And so you have to call the 10 ball here. You have to be confident with the shot. You have to call the 10 ball. This is one of those Efren shots. It's a makeable shot. I don't think he's playing it. What's he doing here? He's scared of the shot. I would be too, because you know I respect this because he's taking his time and he doesn't want to lose this match, you know, and Corey has put him in a spot, and Roberto desperately wants to play the right shot. So I think he just called the 10 to the corner. He made the decision. He hit the 7 full. The 7 tracks to the side area, and he's put Corey on the 50-yard line. So I think we're going to see Roberto now stuck behind the 10 ball. I mean, if Corey thinks he can make this, either by banking it or cutting it up table, you know, all the power to him. He could also cut it to the, bank it cross side. But, yeah, I think the safety's good. Oh, he's playing actually a much better safety than I would have been able to execute. He played a 2-rail safety underneath the 8, and that was an excellent shot. That comes from snooker experience as well. So his experience pays off. Now, can Gomez see this ball? If he can, no, he's playing a curvy shot. He's gonna masse this cue ball a little bit. Wants to make the 7. Oh, no. He didn't play it with the speed to make the 7. I think he just played it hopefully to get a lie like this, an awkward lie, and just make it difficult for Corey. So Corey's not out of the woods yet. He's Gomez making him earn it, making him try to earn it. Gomez wins the battle here after Corey played an excellent safety. But honestly, I think a couple of lucky rolls in this rack for Gomez. You think, with the kick shot he played, and then with that masse, things could have turned out a lot worse for Roberto. And so that was kind of like 2 chances for Corey that should have been a little easier for him. Turned out to be quite difficult. So Roberto Gomez takes the lead 4-3. So we'll see what happens. I mean, if he dry breaks again and leaves Corey and out, and remember that's what happened. He broke dry, and Corey could not close out there. Uh-oh. Once again, another sort of tricky pattern here with the 3-ball shrouded by these other balls. Definitely have to kind of thread the needle a little bit, but he's found a very good path. He may play the short side of the 5 here, or he's kind of spinning up for the side. Now he's in a bit of trouble. He's going to have to hit this good, and he's going to be careful his cue ball doesn't overroll here or underroll. He should be all right. Now he draws back for the 7 in the bottom corner. Not too hard here, just kind of like, yeah. Oh, okay. He wants to back cut this ball, which is also a natural angle to the 8-ball. Making it look a lot easier than it is, actually, though. I mean, I'll look at a back cutting balls is kind of like, you're you're cutting to a, they call it cutting to a blind pocket, because you can't see the whole pocket that you're shooting to. And so you know, through experience, you have to focus a little bit harder on your aiming. But without experience, you're kind of guessing a little bit. You know, oh, if I hit this here, it's going to hit the. You know, you get players like Corey who can actually cheat the pocket, back cutting a ball. You know, oh, I want to make this and hit the ball thin. I want to make this hit the ball thick. You know, those are the little nuances that the professional player have much better control of than amateurs like ourselves, or like myself at least. Corey's tied up now. It's 4-4. It's a grinder at California Billiards. Check out CaliforniaBilliards.com. Find out about their tournaments. Find out about their, if you're booking a room in the area, you can get $94 a day at the Holiday Inn Express if you book through California Billiards. Go to their website. This event was sponsored by Westgate Billiards. And for 2019, you can get 16% off at Westgate Billiards by mentioning POVPOOL. If you shop online, you can use the promo code POVPOOL, just like you see it at the top left of your screen. Use the POVPOOL promo code to get 16% off your order online, or even in store when you shop, or even if you call them up, ask them how to get 16% off by mentioning POVPOOL for the remainder of 2019. Check it out. WestgateBilliards.com. Everything you need for your game room. Well, that illustrates what I was saying earlier about elevating your cue. You see, he wasn't jacked up behind a ball, but he was against the rail. He's trying to control his cue ball a little bit there, and he elevated his cue. And here's another shot. I think he's jumping over the 7 here with his playing cue. And he is actually going to go for his jump cue or his break cue, which has a harder tip. And he's going to try to jump over the 7, make the 2 ball, and hopefully stop short there for the 3 ball. Yeah, I think he's using a full length break cue here. He hasn't decided, actually. Okay. We're back. He is switching shafts on his playing cue. I think he's grabbed his break shaft on his playing cue. Interesting. Maybe his break cue is very heavy or something, and he just doesn't want to use an extremely heavy cue. Or maybe he just, I don't know, maybe he borrowed Corey. Hey, can I borrow your shaft? Here we go. Woo! What a shot. What a shot. And he spun around the 3. Now he can play the 3 to the same pocket. Now, I think this shot is a little bit difficult. I think if he just plays this natural angle, and kind of comes between the 7 and the 8. To stop short of the side pocket, he should be okay. Look at that. Perfect between the 7 and the 8. That was beautiful. That was a hell of a shot. Almost as good as that jump shot. You know, fairly simple shots that look easy. That, you know, they're a lot harder than they actually look. You know, people, you people may be watching this saying, you know, that was an easy shot. You know, try that at home, folks. You know, when you're under pressure, when you have to play, you know, a good pattern. Oh my goodness. Corey leaps out of his chair to come and close this out. Boy, this is Roberto's probably sick to his stomach right now with that miss. I mean, he played two pretty good shots to you know, recover position and get into the balls there, but he ended up missing an easy 6 ball. And that's, you know, exactly what I'm talking about. You know, so, you know, even the pros miss. You know, but very hard to be critical. Very hard to be critical, even of the amateur. You know, because the amateur always has potential to improve as well. As long as you have dedication and passion for the sport, and you love the game, and you're willing to learn, you know. You play with heart. That's another big part of it. You have to, you know, be willing to step up and play. Stop playing handicap pool all the time. I'm not kidding, guys. This is handicap. I might as well just call it handy crap. How about that? Handy crap. Handicap format has changed the way we view the game. You know, it has made it less desirable to get better, you know, and more desirable just to win somehow, to somehow win. And you know, I really think that this the player field is going to thin in the next 10 or 15 years if we don't do something about this handy crap. That's one reason why at these events we you know, we have always tried to encourage the players to play even. We've encouraged tournaments with players all playing even. However, what we have done is we've handicapped the entry fee. So and we call it a tiered entry fee. So these pros have paid around $250 to play in this tournament. But you out there, you might pay $80 or $60 or $125. It's all based on your current skill level, which is established by a Fargo rate, or it's established on a voucher by people that know you. If you do not have some sort of established rating, we will rate you and then we'll charge you accordingly. And so at the end of the day, what everybody gets to do is play even, and that's why you see Timur Ansari play Ruslan Chinnikov even, but Timur gets a lot of value out of that. Timur pays $80 to play in this tournament. Ruslan pays $250, but look at the value he gets out of that. He gets to play a pro player and compete in an official tournament. He gets to see where he really stands as a player, so that he can go back and find out what he needs to learn what he wants. Needs to learn what it's going to take for him to improve, and that's how you do it. You play pro players. You play players that are better than you. You play players that are not as good as you. All types of opponents, but handicapping also allows you that opportunity. However, it evens the playing field. So you don't have to play as hard to win. All right, I'm off my soapbox about handicrapping. You know my opinion. Leave a comment. Give me a thumbs up. I believe Corey won that last frame. He stole it from Gomez. Roberto's struggling right now. I mean, he's just he's hooked himself, dead hooked himself behind this 10. He's going to have to jump, and this jump is not impossible. Oh, no, actually, this tournament was no jump cues. You can only jump with a full size cue. You see what he's got there? That's right. There was no jump cues allowed in this tournament. You have to jump with a playing cue, a full size cue. You can use your break cue, but you have to use a full size cue. And so Roberto, he may have to masse this. Fumble. Boy, that's now two crucial mistakes he's made. And the mistake he made there was the 8-ball, actually. He didn't get the right angle on the 8, and he actually just figured, I'll just go to the bottom of the table. Oh, my goodness. Corey missed it by half a diamond. One of those rare moments there. I think maybe there's something in the in that part of the room that's scaring people, because Gomez missed that 6-ball earlier to that pocket. This is a lifeline for Roberto. All right. We got a grinder here, guys. I'm sorry, did I just do that? Wait. I think I just, yeah. 5-5. I believe. Nine ball to the corner, to the side, and a shot on the one, and the 3 and the 2 track to the corner. Textbook break. This is perfect for Gomez, who is very high probability of running this out. I mean, based on their, not on their percentage in this match, but on their overall percentage. Interesting. Interesting way to play that. He decided to play the combo, which is easier than the side pocket, but it's not without consequence because he's now on the wrong side of this 4 ball, I think. He's just making it look weird now. I mean, he's getting kind of like bump shape, getting lucky shape. Just got to draw this out against the side rail and come back out to the middle of the table. Or, okay, he played it. He just played it natural angle with a little bit more spin. And he'll just, you gotta watch out for the side pocket here. But this, you just hit this thin and come to the next rail. And he's good. He's good. A little scrappy here, a little scrappy, but whatever gets you there, you know. Now here, I don't know. He may have to draw back and play for the side pocket to the left side of the table. No, he just stuns. Okay, I see. He just held the cue ball. Went behind the back too, made it look fancy. Even his hairstyle's fancy. Looking fancy schmancy. There you go. All right. Gomez takes the lead, 6-5. Break and run as well. Just chopping wood. He's got to just chop wood. Be a lumberjack. Chop wood. Keep running racks. Just work on that log pile. Finding this hard to believe. I know there was no rule about contesting the rack or anything, but Corey should, by his reputation, should be looking at the rack and saying, like, you know, hey, you know, let me check your rack here. But Corey's not looking at Roberto's rack. Dry break. You know, a lot of people say like it's pattern racking and pattern breaking or controlled breaking. Yeah, sure, but look, it doesn't always work, right? So, you know, I'm gonna express my opinion again. You know, pattern racking's become a part of the game. Get used to it. Stop fighting it. You know, if you can learn how to do it, learn how to do it, and try to beat your opponent at it. A lot of people will disagree with me, but it is almost until somebody comes up with a foolproof, unavoidable way to stop pattern racking, pattern breaking, or controlled breaking, manipulating the rack. When somebody figures out the mystery of that Rubik's Cube, then get with the program, do unto others, because this art form of pattern racking, the pros have learned it, and they also try to keep the information from people too. So it's it's hidden information, but you can find out. There's a lot of information out there, like Joe Tucker's Racking Secrets. Danny Basovich has a racking video. Kid Delicious. There's a lot of racking videos and lessons that you can learn. It wouldn't hurt to ask your local pro, please, can you teach me about racking? Can you teach me about it? Because I seem to lose matches to other people who are racking this way. Unless a tournament director wants to come in and say you're not allowed to do that, then by all means, a lot of people say it's cheating, but it's tournament director's responsibility to police that stuff. And if they don't do it, don't be the victim. You're either gonna do what they do, or your goose is gonna be cooked. Pattern racking is part of the game. So, and what I mean by that is, take a look. Corey, in many cases, will look at somebody's rack and say, I don't like the way you're racking. There's no rule that says he can't contest it, and so he can actually make Roberto rack until Corey says, okay, I like that. It came up with him and Warren Kiamko, Corey DEUEL and Warren Kiamko, in the I think 2017 during the 9-ball event. I think it was the semifinals, and we had to get Ken Schumann involved, who the dispute came up, like, where are you racking the ball? Like, is this a pattern that you're racking? Because they were using, I think, a house rack. But it was the pattern that they were racking was being contested. So Ken finally said, you know what? Pull the balls out randomly, drop them in, don't look at them. Put the 9 in the middle, the 1 in the front. Wherever they are, that's where they are. It took 15 minutes to come to that determination. 6-6, boys. This is boys and girls. This is a race to 3 now. These boys are grinding. No. I fell asleep on the score, I think. We'll see. Well, Corey's just been sitting there, kinda, hasn't he? Sitting down for a bit. And Gomez is in the same spot to break from. And I haven't looked at his patterns there, but looks like maybe the balls are set up similarly. Okay, the 5-ball tracks to the side, kind of like a couple of other racks he's played. The 2-ball tracks to the corner, 3 rails around. The 2 and the 3 are supposed to do that. And 1 ball to the side pocket. We saw that earlier, 2 racks ago. 3 ball though is underneath the 9 and doesn't look good. He's, you know, it's definitely not doctor recommended that he try to run this out. I think he should play a safety. So it's just a matter of thinking of the right shot here. I'm pretty sure that's what he's got in mind, is to play a safe. Looks like he wants to cut the 1 into the 6 or some kind of shot like that. Miss the 7 and play 2 rails. I'm not sure though. Yeah. Miss the 7, play 2 rails. Ah. Yeah, he wanted it there. So he's okay though. I mean, look how hard this is. You know, I mean, he's not okay. He doesn't have control of the table. So you don't want to give Corey the table most of the time. So, does he play this 3-8 combo? Is that the next shot in the cards here? I think he's got an okay angle for it. I think if anybody can make this, it's Corey. You know, I mean, I think he's got fairly high percentage to make it. Shape and position is always the problem. I think Corey's character, though, I think the way his style of play, I think he may just hold up and play a safety. He wants to go for it, though. So, like, when the money is looking at him, when the opportunity to win is there, he takes it very seriously. You can see that. But it's also an opportunity to fumble. So he's really deciding whether or not he's a favorite to make this shot or not, because also position is another key element to this shot. He's worried about position. So there you go. Like, based on his reputation, his style of play, I figured he'd play a safety, which he came up short on, actually. Gomez can close this out here. With this, close out this rack. Got to play a good shot on the 3. I think he would want to just bump into the 9, but he looks like he's spinning around here. Draw. Oh, he hit it pretty badly. I believe it's actually 7-6 or 7-5 right now. I think I fell asleep. So my apologies for that. That actually puts Roberto on 2 games now. Too busy talking about handicrapping. So now Gomez is on the hill. And I think we're going to see the same break. And if things roll his way, he'll have a nice pattern. Let's see what happens. It's almost the same rack, I think. 2-6-4, 2-6-5. I think one time he had the 6 and the 4 down there. 2-5-6-3. I think it was 2-4-6-3 last time. You know, very similar. You'll see the bottom, the 2 balls that are underneath the 1. They'll both track to the side pocket. Different break, though. Different. See what he's doing? His cue ball's different. Wow, he completely changed the break. Look at the result. Oh, my goodness. What a break. Should have been breaking like that the whole time. See, he's even laughing about it. Corey's probably saying the same thing. Holy crap. Like, he finally changes his break, and look at this. Look at this. He broke himself a Cosmo. He's pretty straight on this ball, but he's going to get out of this. I mean, there's too much, you know, you're on the hill. If you whiff this, it's time to go back to pool school, my friend. That was nice. He needs to come 1 rail up and down here, so down and up. Basically, he needs to pass the 10 ball and then bump back up table and not get hooked on the 9. And he did that with spin, which I think is really really good. It's a good management of that pattern right there, because that way he avoids hitting the 10 or actually getting hooked behind the 9. This is going to do it for you guys. Gomez pounds the break on this last rack, and it looks like he wins 9-5, and the handshake. Yeah, he played well. All right, guys. Tomorrow we have Jeffrey DeLuna versus James Arenas. We got a spider fight tomorrow on POVPOOL's YouTube channel. Hope to catch you guys there. And thanks for watching, everybody. Keep loving pool. This is the end of West Coast Swing Unreleased, Part 5. Join us tomorrow for Part 6, which will be Jeffrey DeLuna and James Arenas. Keep loving pool, everyone. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you tomorrow.